Are you a CEO of a big company or a medium-sized company or small companies? And we all need at times somebody who can help us navigate through the unclear water. So today is I'm in conversation with executive coach who helps uh, executives at times difficulty or just maneuver from day-to-day life. And please help me welcome Eddy Smith. Welcome, Eddy.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you.
Let me start by this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
So I have a very particular background because I'm a former hospital clown, and I visited children that had literally like a month, a week, even a few days to live. And if you manage to do that job, you can succeed in anything. And it's now my job to helping people, and so it's always been a calling for me.
What are top three mistakes to avoid?
So number one is thinking that everything can be controlled. That's the number one. Number two is expecting that people in your team are going to work as hard and be as dedicated as you are. And number three is you gotta let yourself allow to make mistakes because you learn a lot of things from mistakes.
What are your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Yeah. My biggest failure was in my previous career, I was really working 24/7. And I thought then that I needed that to get to the top. And I really didn't recover from it, but because I lost my relationship, I lost my passion in that time. So now I learned a lot from it, and I give myself more space. You need more space to allow to blossom yourself, and so that's the mistake I made, and that's what I'm not doing again, and that's what I'm learning people.
What are top three success secrets that others can follow?
Yeah. So number one is you have to make sure that you have in your team that you have people with different drives and not skills. That's also important, but drives is often forgotten. Then number two, you need to hire on passion, not on skills. It's more important that people have passion. You can learn them the skills afterwards. And you have to make sure that you have mentors in your team. We often forget that experience is very important to have in your team. And when we renew our team, which is very, very important, we need to keep these mentors who have the experience.
Eddie, we are entering into a speed round. That means quick questions and quick answers. Are you ready for it?
Sure.
What is the most impactful business book you have read and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, I'm now in Nigeria, so I'm not home, but I'll show it to you. See, this is like, it's of course, it's only for, I mean, not only, but it's really for coaches. And that's the Prosperous Coach from Rich Litvin. And that was what I think when you are a coach, this is like the Bible. And what I learned from it is that in coaching, that even, and he describes it really nice, in coaching, you can even learn from a light pole. So what does that mean? If you are telling the things that are on your mind aloud, that only has already a good effect on your mind, and you will work things out just by telling them loud to a light pole. So that means that coaching can be so much better than when somebody is even listening to you. So that was one of the things that I had something out of that book that was like, wow, yeah, this is really nice. This is really good.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Well, I don't believe in a 5 to 10 years vision, to be actually honest. Our world is evolving so fast. So if you can focus on 1 year and you go from there, that's already a big thing. And you just need to be more in the present. Uh, and that's I think the most important thing you can do is to be in the present.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
Well, you don't overcome, you accept them. You know, you even embrace them. And once you've done that, once you have embraced them, you can move on. It's you can't control the things that happen to you, but you can control your reaction to the things that happen to you. So that's a very important mindset you can have.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I think that's a nice question. I always did what I love to do. So I'm doing what I love, and I will be keeping doing that until the day I die.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
Um, I mean, the convincing is in fact is I don't convince people. I let them have an experience with me, and once they have the experience, then they can make a powerful choice. So I don't like convincing people. That's not what brings me good clients, and that's not what brings results.
What are you grateful for today?
It's a very simple question. My health. I think being healthy is the most important thing you can have in life.
Who is your living mentor, and what is the impact they have on you?
Yeah, well, I don't have one. I always work with several people because I feel that if you can ask people that are very experienced in certain fields, that you are good. So I never had one mentor. I always have a few, or even yeah, I have multiple mentors. So yeah.
Can you name two, three?
Well, I can tell you the names, but you won't know him. One of them is Ryan Matthew, which is the CEO of HPC. Then I have Geert Palmes, which is the CEO of 3D. That's just to name a few. And then I have some coaches who help me with my business, with my digital things. So I ask help, and I think that's very important. If you are stuck, that you are not afraid to ask help.
Why is being impactful important to you?
Well, it's not important for me. It's important that I can help my clients, and when I am impactful, I will attract clients and I will can help them. So for me, it's not important. It's really, with me, it's all about my clients.
How do you start your day?
Coffee. Coffee, and then I first do the things that I don't like to do. I get them out of the way, and then I start with the rest.
Who is your ideal client?
Yeah, maybe it's a cliche, but it's really people who are motivated, who want to succeed, who want to go to the next level, and are really driven to learn.
What is the advice you would give to your younger self?
Well, in fact, it's a question that is impossible to do. It's right. You can't give advice to your younger self, but I wouldn't give advice to myself because the mistakes that I made in my life have brought me to what I am now, and I've learned from them. And if there is something I would say to my younger self, that would be just be yourself.
How can we support you?
Well, this interview is really nice. It helps me to that people are getting to know me, and just visit my LinkedIn profile, yeah, and just have a chat with me. And if something resonates, if it clicks, we can see what we can do together.
What would you say about your guest experience on the show?
I think it's very nice, and I really want to thank you for this. This is a great way to meet new people. So many thanks to you.
What would you say as a final word?
Uh, the one advice I give everybody: be yourself, because everybody else is already taken.
Eddy Smits, thank you so much for your time and wisdom on the behalf of Entrepreneur Empowerment Club. We really appreciate you. I
Thank
hope
you
our
so
path
much.
cross again another time. Until then,
Yeah.
you have wonderful time.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.